Match up with the Seattle Seahawks. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Here we go. Take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Switch up, switch up.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Check, check, check. I'm here all day.
This is Carson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Throwing is Wilson. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Mike 51.
Friday.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
First down, Seahawks.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
First down, Seattle.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Get him. Check 9.
Check.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Here's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And avoids the contact by sliding. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Green 80.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal.
Watch the twins. Watch the twins.
Good job right there. Good job right there. Hey.
Check 41.
They'll run with McKesson, and he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. And Myers able to knock it through. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now it's Watson. It's complete to Fuller. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. To throw is Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner, the former 2nd-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
After the sack on 1st down, Watson is going to let this one go deep. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. Let's see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
the kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
bashed it.
Super toe.
Motion.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Good touch.
From the 30 on second down, Wilson. And he rifles one incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd and short.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground.
Kill. Turn up. Mike 55.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. 4th down, and out is the all-pro punter from a year ago, Michael Dixon, to punt for Seattle. DeAndre Carter back deep. It's taken on the 25. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They trail 3-0 after the INT last time led to a field goal, but now another fresh start here, 1st and 10. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. A big play there on the option. 56 yards on the ground. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
54. Yeah, let's get that ball, Dean. Let's get that.
Watson with a give to Miller. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. 6 man.
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Texans have taken the lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
You got tight. You got tight right there.
They run it with Carson. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Switch.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They will run it. It's McKissick. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. From the gun, it's Wilson. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Are you okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 10-7.
Seahawks 10, Texans 7. Michael Dixon set to kickoff.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5 pick in 2013, credited with a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. A shotgun handoff now to Miller. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Check 24, check 24.
One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Zebra.
From the shotgun, Wilson steps away to his left. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And an alley to run. And he's got this down to the 35. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here first and 10 at their 25-yard line. Second half begins with a run from Miller. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. From the gun, here's Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it, and they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
12 yards there as they move the chains. On first down, it's Carson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a second and 6. To throw is Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They'll try to run with Carson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Got it. 41 Mike. Stop your body. 41's the Mike. 41's the Mike. Check. 41.
Now it's Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I got you.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Again, it's Miller. And an alley to run. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup. 52 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Here we go. Check 3, check 4.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Bobby Wagner able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
3rd down.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Third and long. It's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end.
You set. 19. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I got you. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all
Oh, how about this on first and goal? And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Leads to second and goal. On the Seahawks.
One man in the backfield, that's Miller, second and goal.
Pick it up. Pick it up.
He'll get it up the middle. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans have once again taken the lead. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now first and 10 right at the 30.
Gotta go. In and out. Let's go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the tight end Dixon left side. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on second and inches.
Took right. Good.
Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10. And now a big play to start off this drive as the shot downfield is complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. Back now in Houston, it's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Out of the gun, Watson being chased out left. Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Here we go. Man left. Four down.
A first down carry now for Miller. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 22.
41's the mic.
All go special. All go special.
Set a tone. Check 59.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Decent start to the drive there. Of course, they need the touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal.
Yeah, those guys are into it. How about the guys on the sidelines? You see the coaches signaling, all the personnel groups up on the sideline ready to go in and out of the game. They've got to condense their time now in order to try and get back into it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Mark 55. Mark 55. 19. Come off the ball. Come on. Slam.
Here's Wilson to throw. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Wilson now. From the gun, he'll throw. Dancing to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilson. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Wilson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short. Tyler Lockett! And all the way in, touchdown Seattle! Tyler Lockett with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game.
Texans 21, Seahawks 17.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Texans take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here first and 10 at their own 24. They begin with a run by Miller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
I'm on. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, you got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that.
Now it's Miller. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
I'm coming for you, son. Check. Fresh, pay 31.
Watson going deep for Hopkins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down.
This is it. 18. 50. Here we go. Hey, 59. Let's go.
Here's Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 60 yards. And the Texans will extend their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now first and 10 at their own 26. From the gun, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's going to go down again. J.J. Watt in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. To throw is Wilson, operating from the gun. And the pressure gets to him again. DJ Reader. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up.
Alert.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Texans are going to win the football game. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Walk 54, walk 54. Rip right.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work.